What's going on, everybody? C4 here with no Philadelphia Eagles because we got the bye, baby. 13-3. Oh, Miss Carson Wentz. Oh, we're still going to talk about the playoffs. Playoff football, it's a wonderful time of the year. Playoff football mixed with the college football bowl season. Oh, can't ask for anything else. So, we're going to break down the games. I'm going to give you some bold predictions, and we're going to figure out what teams are going to go where. Now, I'm recording this. You guys are going to probably see this occurring introduction for the last of a couple of my videos. Of course, this right after New Year's, so, you know, feeling a little frosty. So I don't know off the top of my head, like, what team wins, who they're playing in the next round. So we're just going to keep it at face value and just talk about the matchup. So first up on Saturday, the 6th, we have the Titans going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. How the Tennessee Titans made the playoffs, I don't know. They are maybe the most hot and cold team out of all the teams, I would say. Maybe the Falcons probably could be there. That made the playoffs. Like, I still, to this day, could not answer the question, are the Tennessee Titans a good football team? I don't know. They're so hot and cold. Marcus Mariota definitely did not have the hottest of seasons, but they are a team that has played pretty solid defense, and they can run the ball. And when you, that's you know, playoff formats, that's what you want. I personally, you know, I'm a DeMarco Murray. I don't hate him, but I'm not a huge fan. I think that Derrick Henry should be the starting running back there. I've had this debate a couple times with Titan fans on Twitter, and they say, you know, because Henry doesn't like the block, and he doesn't take the yards that are given to him, this and that, this and that. But it looks like Derrick Henry for the last couple weeks has been the most explosive player in the Tennessee Titans. They got Corey Davis there, who's one of my favorite wide receivers, and I do like Marcus Mariota. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But honestly, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs as one. I think a full-power Chiefs offense, it's just too explosive. Like, the Titans are the kind of team that need to win a close game, but I think the fact that, be it Kareem Hunt, be it Tyreek Hill, be it Travis Kelce, be it maybe a turnover from Marcus Peters, I think, like, the quick strike, which always happens, you just don't know when, for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think when that happens, that's when the game kind of will start to separate a little bit. I think the Chiefs are too explosive. I think Alex Smith has been playing pretty good football to end the season. He started out on fire, started out being an MVP candidate, then mellowed off in the mid part of the season, looked horrible for the most part, and then kind of started right back up again. I think it was in a shootout loss against the Jets. Then they were able to rebound like that, and he played very, very well. Led my fantasy team to the championship along with Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill. Thank you very much, boys. So I am going to be backing the Kansas City Chiefs. Big Red Andy Reid in this ballgame. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game by any means, but I think the difference maker in this game is the explosiveness that you can get from the Kansas City Chiefs. So I think Tyreek Hill is going to have a play, like a go-ahead touchdown or something like that, that's going to just, you know, be the beginning of the end for the Tennessee Titans in this ball game. So the Chiefs will be moving on. I don't know who they'll be playing. I assume that they'll play the Steelers, I don't know. And then the second game on Saturday is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Rams, which is going to be a very exciting game. I think this game will be a shootout. I think it's a good matchup for the Falcons because, you know, I'm watching this game as a neutral. I believe if the Falcons win, the Falcons would play the Eagles. And looking at all four teams, be it the Falcons, Panthers, Rams, and Saints, I don't think the Rams can play the Eagles in any scenario. I'd probably take the Falcons. I'd say the Falcons and the Panthers are the two teams I'm kind of hoping for that the Eagles have to match up with. But we're talking about the Falcons versus the Rams. And the Falcons are the kind of team that play up or down to their competition. And the Rams, the offense, I think this is going to be an absolute awesome game. From like I said, from an Eagles fan standpoint, I'm definitely pulling for the Falcons. I think the Philadelphia Eagles have a better chance against the Falcons, even though we already did beat the Rams. But from a fan, like just a neutral standpoint, I think the Rams are a more exciting team with that offense. You got Aaron Donald on the defensive side, but more so, you got a guy that I think is the most valuable player in football right now that's healthy in Todd Gurley. I know they're probably going to give the award to Tom Brady because Todd Gurley sat the last week. And really, Gurley would need a big game against the Niners in Week 17 to kind of get to the same kind of echelon that previous running backs that have won the MVP award have got to. But my gut says I'm pulling for the Falcons because it's an easier matchup, but my gut says the Rams are going to win this game in a shootout, but it should be very, very exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So we have the Chiefs winning and the Rams. Then on Sunday the 7th at 2 p.m., we have the Buffalo Bills. They made the playoffs, going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, this is one of those things where the Bills play good defense. They have a tremendous, tremendous coach in Shawn McDermott, which, I mean, he did lose a lot of respect, and a lot of people kind of crapped on him for going with the Nathan Peterman thing, but ultimately, he is a very good coach, especially when it comes to defense. So I think, you know, the Bills' defense is a bad matchup for Blake Bortles, for Leonard Fournette. They play the run fairly well. But ultimately, it's going to come down to, can Tyrod Taylor make enough plays against the Jaguars defense They get the Bills over the line. I mean, this is the makings, I guess, because the Jaguars, you never know what kind of offense they're going to get, because it's not just like you might occasionally get a stagnant Jags offense. They have to settle for field goals. They're not getting touchdowns. You get either a Blake Bortles that is comfortable and can get 2 or 3 touchdowns, or you get a Blake Bortles that's going to throw like 3 picks, 2 pick six or something crazy like that. So it is really tough to, you know, say that there's not a chance in hell that the Bills could win. I think if I had to pick on an upset, I mean, I guess, you know, the Titans maybe beating the Chiefs could be an upset. I don't even know. I think really the Bills over the Jags might be the only upset, but I can see a scenario, a timeline where that happens. But I'm going with the Jags defense. In playoff time, you usually can go with the defense as the difference maker. So the Jags will be moving on. And I think if that's the case, it would be a Chiefs-Patriots rematch, and then the Jags would take on the Steelers. I'm literally saying this with zero knowledge of how this works. So take that with a grain of salt. But I think the Jags move on and beat the Buffalo Bills. And then the night game, the second game on Sunday the 7th, it is the Carolina Panthers going up the Saints, a divisional battle. Now, once again, very much like the Falcons-Rams, my Eagle fan in me, I do not want to see the Saints. If we had Carson Wentz 100%, I still would not want to see the Saints. They're the one team that is built to frustrate the Philadelphia Eagles, because coming into it, you know, the Saints, everyone's got to talk about their 2 running backs. I firmly believe that even if we play the Saints, that the Eagles' front 7 can stifle and take away Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. I do not think that everyone would kind of forget Drew Brees, and Drew Brees would throw for like 400 yards against the Eagles secondary. So there's no, or if not, Eagles have, you know, occasionally they're hot and cold against like receiving backs. I think the Philadelphia Eagles would shut down Mark Ingram, and then Alvin Kamara would have a monster game, kind of like Chris Thompson did every time the Eagles play the Washington Redskins. But, you know, Panthers are, you know, a shaky team, kind of hot and cold a little bit, a little streaky, kind of like the Atlanta Falcons, play up and or down to their competition. But I can't say right now that I can pick against the Saints. I look at the playoffs right now, and I think it is going to be the Patriots and Saints in the Super Bowl if I had to make a bold prediction right now. So I definitely think the Saints will be the edge out the Panthers. Though the Eagle fan of me is pulling for the Panthers, I just want the easiest matchup, because seeing how Nick Foles has been playing, we need the easiest matchup. We playing good on defense, but we haven't really been running the ball well, which is what you need to take the pressure off Nick Foles, and Nick Foles has been absolutely horrendous the last 2 weeks. So give me the Panthers or the Falcons, ideally, in the next round. So there you go. Those are 4 not really bold predictions. I don't know if I'm necessarily taking the favorites. I don't know who the favorite is in the Titans-Chiefs game. The line's not out yet. Or the Falcons-Rams. But going Chiefs over the Titans, Rams over the Falcons, Jags over the Bills, and Saints over the Panthers, because I am just that damn bold. Let me know what your predictions are for these games in the comment section below. If you agree or disagree with anything I said, I'm sure you will let me hear about it. But let's enjoy some playoff football, man. I can't wait. This is going to be all, I mean, realistically, probably all the games except the Bills-Jags is going to be exciting. So, hey, and even that Bills-Jags game is going to be exciting for Bills fans, because they're going to be jumping through flaming tables, because it's the first time they've made the playoffs since 1999, and they're going to be doing a little homage to ECW or something crazy like that. But that does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.